Well, hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's been several years since we've looked at the Rapido train's HO scale NPCU Cabbage locomotive, even though it's essentially operating as a glorified baggage car. We're going to take a look at these from Rapido because they've been released yet again with different schemes or updated schemes, and so we'll take a look and see what you get in the box starting right now. We'll go ahead and unbox the Veterans unit. So since we just passed Memorial Day, that would be fitting. And you just simply lift off the box. Inside, you have your operating instructions. Now this is similar to some Amtrak designed manuals and such, so I think that's the look they're going for. It covers how to address the locomotive, all the functions, configuration variables, etc. Then you have the exploded parts diagram. There's over 160 parts listed on this thing, so that tells you how detailed it is. Also, some stickers. I like model trains, Rapido, and this Rapido. Then the model itself. Then this foam packaging, plastic insert with some foam edges on the side. And we'll just pop this out, slide. It's like a lot of packaging in the industry. Out comes the model. So we'll take a look at this and the Phase 5 next. Alright, looking at the front, you see the nose adorned with lots of separately applied grab irons. There are some ditch lights subset there into the nose, headlight, other lighting up top including the strobe light, air conditioner unit on the roof. There's, on the side you can see there is cab detail inside. You can see that nice Amtrak veteran scheme. As you work your way back, there's the baggage compartment door. So these models, or these in real life, are simply used as glorified baggage cars. So they were redesigned from the F40s into basically glorified baggage cars, so you won't hear any prime mover sounds on these. You can see the Salutes the Veterans logo there on the back. Also, you've got your little porthole window there for crew access and crew access stirrups there. All of your underbody detail and the highly detailed trucks on the rear. More separately applied grabs, stanchions, MU hoses, brake line hoses, metal couplers, etc. You can even see the little lift ring detail on the roof. And we'll go over to the Phase 5 now, more of the same. These baggage doors are on both sides. And you have your lift rings that we talked about, your real low profile horn there, and your Sinclair ice skate antennas up top. So as you can see, we got strobes on both sides of that air conditioning unit on the roof. So those offset. You've got fine metal details on the windshield wipers, and again, cab interior. Alright, let's talk shop for a second. NPCU, that stands for non-powered cab control unit. So I said these are glorified baggage cars, which they essentially are. They're going to be on the opposite end of the train from your actual motive power on Amtrak consists, and then the engineer would actually be in these locomotives, these NPCUs, and they would be actually running the locomotive basically through cab control from this non-powered unit. Now you may be wondering why Rapido powered these. It's essentially, I guess, cost effective. It was close to the same cost as dummies. So they did power these, and they do have the ability to help push or pull your train if that bothers you for some reason. They say in the manual, just pull the motor out, but it was close to the same cost as making a unpowered unit. So you can go ahead and have that assist you in your consist, or consist the two locomotives if you want, but that's how that works. Now let's talk about sounds. Obviously, with no prime mover, because they pulled the prime mover out of these in real life to make the baggage compartment area, you're going to have just still a large selection of sounds, 22 functions. We'll go over some of them, but again, for pull test and everything we didn't cover, be sure to check out the full review. This is an ESU equipped locomotive, so you're going to hit usually F8, but it looks like in this case you're just going to have prime mover removed, so you'll have all of your other sounds on different functions. So we'll just go down the list. F0's headlight, as you can see there. I'll back this up just a tad. F1 is bell and strobe lights. If you can't see the strobe lights flash, I'll be making it a little darker here, but they are flashing. 2 is horn with auto bell and strobe lights. So very responsive F2. The bell will automatically stop eventually, as it just did. F3's coupler clank. F4 is missing F5's flange squeal, so it actually looks like it's not flange squeal. Maybe it's the air conditioning unit's also activated. There's your flange squeal, it is F5. Sometimes with my NCE things act a little wonky and some other functions are activated that don't show up until later. But there's your flange squeal. 6 is the ditch lights. As you can see there, 7 strobe lights. 8 is air conditioner. There's that sound. 9 is drive hold. 10's auto brake emergency. 11's coach doors opening and closing. We can do that real quick. 12's dimmer. 13's rear headlight. 14's departure announcement. Let's do that real quick.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. We'd like to welcome you aboard Amtrak today. We ask that you take a moment to look at the passenger safety information card located in the seat pocket in front of you and acquaint yourself with the safety features of each car. You will find restrooms conveniently located in one end of each coach, while the trash receptacles are at the opposite end. Please be considerate of your fellow passengers and place your trash in those trash receptacles and not in the seat pocket in front of you. There is complimentary Wi-Fi available on today's train. If you wish to make use of the Wi-Fi, please log into the Amtrak Connect service on your web-enabled device. Our quiet car, as always, is located at the rear of the train and is designated by the blue overhead signs. If you are seated in that quiet car, we do ask that you turn your cell phones on vibrate. No phone calls are permitted in the quiet car, and we ask that you keep any conversation to a very low whisper. We now ask that you sit back, relax, and enjoy your trip. And as always, we thank you for choosing Amtrak for your travel needs today.
All right, so that's one of the most detailed and clear and legible, or I guess audible, departure announcements I've heard. Since we have some extra time, we're not doing pull test, we're not doing run bys, I'll go ahead and play 15 and 16. 15 is arrival announcement, and 16 is onboard announcement. So let's do arrival announcement for F15.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will be arriving at our next stop shortly. Please check around your seat and the overhead luggage rack for your personal possessions. Please exit the train as directed by a member of the train crew. We will be making a very brief stop at this station, so be prepared to exit the train immediately when the doors open, and please watch your step as you leave the train. Thank you for riding Amtrak.
All right, and so that was just arrival announcement. F16 is now onboard announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, on today's train we will need all available seats. To ensure the comfort and safety of all passengers, please do not stow luggage on the floor areas surrounding accessible seats. These accessible seating areas must be readily available for passengers with a disability. Please refrain from putting your feet, shoes, or personal belongings on the seat beside or in front of you. If you have any items on the seat next to you, please place them in the overhead luggage rack or in the storage area. If you need any assistance, please do not hesitate to ask a member of the train crew. Thank you for your cooperation.
All right, so those are the 3 announcements. Now we have more lighting on 18 and 19, and 22 we'll hit real quick is cab door. So here's 22.
Prochaine station, bonne aventure.
Okay, maybe not. Let's do it again. There we go. So that's cab door. Like I said, NCE playing with ESU can cause some weird things to happen, so I activated some function that is not even listed here. Let's go in the dark and see what the lighting is like. All right, we're in the dark now. Just a little bit of light there on the locomotive. Want to do strobe real quick, so we'll do F1, which also oscillates the ditch lights. Go complete dark so you can see the strobe clear. And then we have some other functions as well. You got your ground lights, which you can see are already on, but those are controlled with F18. F19 is number boards, which are already on. You have your headlight there and your ditch lights. So those are the lights that are basically named, and we can change direction here, and you have a marker lights on for a rear marker that are on each side of the number board there. So there is your lighting. You also have a reverse light, which isn't exciting to see, so I won't show you, but that's controlled with another function. Alright, one thing we didn't look at was the Amtrak Phase 5, at least on the track. So I'll show you with both the Veterans Unit and the Phase 5 slow speed control. So that's one speed step, pretty smooth. These also get up and boogie, and they can really take off and move on you. We'll go in forward real quick. So no prime mover sound, as I said, because you have the fact that there are no prime movers in the real thing. Alright, that's going to do it for the Amtrak Cabbage. No run by because the layout's absolutely destroyed right now, and my Amtrak Superliners are available, but the other cars that these are more often seen with are not, so I'd have to get them out of the box and find them and all that stuff. So we'll just leave you with this really short run by as I recap. Overall, this model is just as well executed as last time. Nice functionality, nice ability to control individual lighting features like the number boards, strobe lights, ground effect lights, etc. A nice package of sounds available, even though there's no prime mover, because these don't have prime movers. And it was nice that Rapido made these powered, because that can assist you with your consists of running them around with longer passenger car consists or the heavier stuff, like brass and things like that. So with that said, I think this recaps another great run of the NPCU Cabbage. And the reason they call it cabbage is because it's a mixture of cab and baggage, and that's how you get cabbage. So that covers all the chat about the details of the real thing. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time right here on the channel. Take care.